It's a great honor and a privilege to be here today on this occasion. I will admit that my comments will probably be a little bit more personal than on behalf of the entire higher education community, but I'd like to start by saying that, Lance, there was a time when John Reed was the first one on the court, and I know he's ducking you. I know he's ducking you because he used to be a gamer, and if he hasn't found a way in 2 years to show up, he does not want the game. I just know what I observe. President Reed and I knew each other professionally from a distance as far back as the 1980s, but we started working closely together in 1992 when he came to Linfield College as my boss. It was at that time that I recognized his potential, and I started mentoring him to become a college president, and now, here he is. John knows I'm joking because I'm one of many who actually have been mentored by him, and one of the things about John's mentoring relationships is they often turn into very close friendships, and for that I'm privileged. For you, my congratulations, John. And there are many others, a few that I want to mention, who have asked me to do the same. Among them are Jeff Summers, Larry Doty, Lisa Noel-Bregel, Greg Copeland, Chris Ann Werner, Dave Hansen, Marv Henberg, who's a former Linfield Dean and now President of the College of Idaho, sends his regards, and Linfield's former President, Dr. Vivian Bull. Dr. Bull just yesterday told me to offer you both congratulations and condolences. I also spoke with Bruce Anderson yesterday, and he sends his regards. We are all very excited for you and your presidency at Mighty Trinity. I'd like to make two observations of the many things that I believe are John's great attributes. One is John cares deeply about the relationship people have with Jesus Christ. And secondly, John cares deeply about students who are in their educational experience. And I think those are two very good things that he needs to care about when leading a Christian college. John, in trying to find words of encouragement for you, I was hoping that through my own cleverness and lots of serious effort that I could craft just the right message that would somehow thrill and amaze the audience to the point that this speech might end up on YouTube. But the words wouldn't come to me. Last week I was starting to worry nothing that made any sense would come to me. And as often happens, last Sunday at church I found the right words. They're not mine, so I think the YouTube thing is out the window. At McMinnville Covenant Church, we've been studying 2 Timothy, and last week we looked at the 2nd chapter. These words from Paul to Timothy are my encouragement to you, John. Please hear these words from 2 Timothy 2, verse 1. You then, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus. My Bible provides some additional study, and I quote, just as we are saved by grace, we should live by grace. This means trusting completely in Christ and His power, and not trying to live for Christ in our strength alone. Receive and utilize Christ's power. He will give you the strength to do His work. Unquote. John, you've been a model of trusting Christ in good times and bad. I know you've lived a life where you rely on His strength. My prayer is that you will continue to do so as you lead Trinity Lutheran College. You have people here who love you, and you have people in the educational community who love you. If you need me, you know where to find me. Blessings to you as you lead Trinity Lutheran College in the coming years.
Thank you, Mr. Preston, for your greeting, and for all of our honored guests who have brought words of support and encouragement to this celebration. At this time, I'd like to recognize a number of guests who are present with us. You've already heard from them this afternoon, but we again want to acknowledge and thank both Congressman Larson and Mayor Stephenson for being with us today. Thank you, gentlemen. I would like to turn your attention to page 4 of your printed program, the section marked Delegates. A long-standing tradition at the inauguration of a new college president is the presence of delegates from other institutions of higher education. They participate in the academic procession by order of their institution's founding, and we are honored to have a number of individuals whose names you see listed in your program join us as delegates from their respective colleges and universities. At this time, I would like to invite these individuals to stand together and be recognized. Thank you very much for honoring us with your presence here today. I want to acknowledge Stacy Kitahata, who serves as Trinity's Director for Community Engagement and Professor in the Intercultural Studies program, who offered the invocation at the beginning of our service, as well as introduce you to the Reverend Susan Curlin Hackett, who will offer the benediction at the close of this ceremony. She is pastor of Holy Cross Lutheran Church in Lake Stevens and serves as the dean of the Snow Isle cluster of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America's Northwest Washington Synod. Thank you, Professor Kitahata and Pastor Curlin Hackett.